I am very excited for Furiosa, but at the same time, I'm also not excited at all, just in case it isn't good. I'm a die-hard fan of the 2015 Mad Max. I saw it 3 times the week I first saw it. It wasn't even because I just thought it was so amazingly great. It was just so different from anything I'd seen before. I was like, I need to see this 3 times to fully take it in. I was like, I know it's awesome, but I need to see it 3 times to fully understand what I'm seeing. It's like that every time, and it was. And the thing is, because of that and stuff like that, and just the whole aura of the 2015 film, the bar is so high, I don't want to have any expectations in case this one isn't quite as good, or not even half as good, or a quarter as good, or 3/4 as good, or however. The 2015 one was kind of a once-in-a-lifetime thing, where a bunch of great things came together. Then, of course, production dragged out. Then they had to be stuck in the shooting location for 8 months. Then spend 2 years editing and comping. So it's one of those things where it's just, they ended up getting a lot more time than films normally get. And then also it's they all got so invested, they were like, it better be good. So it's very different from most films, because most films don't get shot that long and have that long of a production timeline. I think Furiosa now has not had that long of a timeline or that long of a production timeline. So it's not really fair to me to think that it should be as good as the last one. But also I have some other misgivings, frankly. I think Anya Taylor-Joy isn't maybe the best possible pick that I can think of. Or rather, I just look at her and I think she's not really convincing as an action lead. Charlize Theron famously is able to be convincing as an action lead when she really tries, because she can sell the physicality and the toughness. But Anya Taylor-Joy, is a Barbie doll. She's a very beautiful, very picturesque person who fits right into costume dramas and films where you have to look really pretty. In a certain sense, looking like a Barbie doll helps, because Mad Max is a very stylized world, so she has a stylized look that can be incorporated into it. But on the other hand, she's very slender, and I don't know if I will be able to buy her as very aggressive and mean, and just as an action hero. But I don't know, she could prove me wrong. The trailer, I'll say, does give an interesting hook, because it seems to be that she was kidnapped by the Chris Hemsworth character, then mentored by him, and then they had some sort of conflict with the main bad guy, Morton Joe, from the last one, and presumably there will be a system of double crosses or relationships dissolving. And that seems interesting, especially if the Chris Hemsworth character was a mentor to her, then that creates an interesting dynamic, where it's she likes him, but she also hates him, but also she respects him, but also she doesn't respect him. So there's all these conflicting feelings that can make an interesting scenario. And another doubt I guess I have is the authenticity. It's hard to tell if this is real or not. And I'm wondering if they resorted more to digital effects, and of course they're allowed to do that. It's not like there's some sort of thing on the contract about that. But of course, that was one of the big pitches of the last movie, was they were like, oh, a lot of it is practical. We really did do a lot of that, and we did blow up those cars or throw those cars through the air. Ultimately, the 2015 Mad Max was something that didn't succeed just because it was part of an established franchise. It succeeded because it was very special, and they spent really a lot of time and a lot of work on it, and were able to hone it into something that was very powerful and very exciting. It essentially succeeded or failed on its own merits. And I think the same will be true for Furiosa.